Hi, and welcome to my crystal ball readings for July 2024. For anyone that I've seen before, you do realise I legally have to say this is a form of entertainment in the UK. It's entirely up to you how you interpret, and it's your responsibility. Okay. And obviously, I use the crystal ball Poppy, and she's a lovely quartz crystal, and she gives me lovely symbols and images, which I then interpret it for your zodiac sign. Okay, so this is for July 2024. She also tends to give me a general energy reading as well. So we'll go do the general energy reading first. And I felt very much the energy I was getting off her it was fast and fluid, upsurging higher energy and grassroots energy. Right, the energy of unification still continues from last month. Okay, so this is just a continuum of it. All right, and that's the kind of energy I'm being given from her for July 2024. So we'll start with the zodiac signs, and I'm starting with Aries. And for Aries, she kind of gave me a fragmented and then a solid image outside of it. So to me, that felt very much for people in the zodiac sign of Aries. It was some ups and downs, but in a structured way, right? And what I mean by that is that it's basically what no longer serves you, okay? And so things maybe have been restructured around that, but it's a rebuilding energy as well. All right, so you might feel a little bit fragmented sometimes around you, but it's actually building a new structure around you. And this could be energetic, it could be materialistic, it could be relationship wise, or it could be a little bit of everything, financial, that type of thing. So, so this could relate to all relationship levels, including spiritual and materialistic views and changes coming in. All right, so that's for Aries. Taurus, I got a beautiful snow-capped mountain. Okay, so this actually mountains mean many things. All right, so I'm just going to tell you the things that it means, and then we can build it from there. So one, it's about how do you navigate an obstacle? That's number one. Number two is about ascension process, but ascending up the mountain is quite a symbolic sign for people going through the ascension process. All right, so that could be two. Three, it could be about your life progress. So it usually signifies onwards and upwards in whichever area it's talking about. And four, it's about building solid foundations in your life, or you've already got them solid foundations in your life, and it's time to build up even more. Okay. The snow capped on the top of the mountains tend to relate to a cleansing and a purification in your life at some level. All right. So there's quite a lot going on here with this snow-capped mountain, and some of these that numbers that I've identified what it's with, 1, 2, 3, or 4. It could be all of them. It could be just one of them. All right. But there's definitely good things going on. All right. Just with sometimes a bit of restructuring again, which is very similar to Aries. But snow-capped mountain, good solid progress. All right. The only one that probably could be a little bit where you've got to maybe view things differently is how to navigate around an obstacle. Do you walk around it? Do you go through it? Do you go over it? What do you do to get around that obstacle? So think outside the box for you if you think that's what it's talking about for you. All right. So that's for Taurus. Gemini, I got very quickly 2 flashes of blue spirit energy and then a very large bird of prey. All right. So to me, birds of prey, they're very, very good at flying very, very, very high. They don't just see one tree, they see the whole jungle. And within that, they can focus straight in on a bird, on a prey, right down below, little mouse, whatever, they're there. So your blue spirit energy is also about your spiritual communication. All right. It's also about your throat chakra and how you speak. Okay, so knitting that all together. So looking at things from a higher perspective is important to keep seeing the bigger picture, plus the pinpoint focus of a large bird. So that's keep your focus at all time. Spiritual communication is very important for you at the moment. Open your heart to receive. All right. So it isn't just about how you speak from your throat chakra, which is blue. It's how you receive that communication as well, especially spiritual guidance. So that's quite a strong message for people for Gemini. Okay. So now next we go to Cancer, and she gave me a snake shedding skin. Right. So this is actually quite a good sign. It's all about shedding the old and growth in the new area. Because think of a snake outgrows its skin, it's grown, it's moved on, it's developed, things like that. So this is about growth in at least one area of your life. Shedding and transformation isn't necessarily always the easiest process when you're going through it, but ultimately it's a keep going onwards and upwards. Okay. Yeah, that's my cuckoo clock. So you've just got to accept that your skin is shedded, metaphorically speaking, and onwards and upwards. Just usually sometimes you can feel a bit fragile when you go through this transformation, or you've just come out of it. I'm talking about life transformation in at least one area of your life. But remember, it's onwards and upwards. All right. So that's for Cancer. Leo. Took me a while to get this one. It's one of those foggy images I get every so often, and it was quite foggy. And I'm thinking, come on, show me something other than the fog. You can't just give them fog. So, and then I saw this animal's head peering over what looked like a log, and it looked a bit stunned with itself, as if it just woken up out of hibernation, and it was disorientated. It didn't know where it was. It couldn't see because of the fog as well. And then there was a blue light showing. And that's actually quite a lot of blue light showing as I go through the readings, but I'll talk about that at the ending. So it feels very much that at least in one area of your life, you've kind of like come out of hibernation, something that you've not quite been seeing or you've been a bit sleepy about is now more noticeable, and you're kind of waking up out of that, put waking up in brackets, and you're peering over in this slumber state thinking, oh, what's going on, and you're kind of like trying to focus in on that. And this is so, but because the blue flashes there, they're very much like you guys are actually trying to help you. All right. Wake up and refresh yourself and move yourself forward from this slumber. All right. And then then it'll help you clear that fog and you'll be able to see your pathway forward. All right. So that's for Leo. Watch out for the fog and watch out for you waking up. All right. But don't forget, it's different levels of waking up for different people in different areas. It could be a mass wake up. It could be just one area of your life. Okay. So that's for Leo. For Virgo, I got a dissolving mask. And then from that mask, it was dissolving and it was forming wings, which was quite nice. All right. So to me, it felt very much like your protection mask, because we all have protection masks, and your veils about amnesia for some people, is finally dissolving, at least one of them, and energetically transforming into wings. All right. So prepare to see a different view or deeper understanding of who you are at a soul level, and prepare to flap your own wings and move on in life. Okay. So whether it's one of your defensive masks that's comes off, because we all put them around ourselves when we're in certain situations, or it's one of your veils of amnesia that's coming off, and you actually can see more what's going on and who you are at a soul level. Okay, so there's quite a lot going on there for Virgo. But it's a lovely movement forward. It can be a bit of an eye opener, but it's there and it's important you do it. All right, allow that mass to dissolve. Okay, so that's for Virgo. For Libra, I got a shining light on a wall and a person walking on it. And it looked like a stone wall that was like structured around the house, but the house wasn't the important thing because the light was actually shining on the wall and the person. All right. And this is kind of very similar to Virgo, but it's shining a light on your, the wording is slightly different. It's shining a light on your defense mechanism, right? Okay. The walls that we create around ourselves when we're learning, we've been hurt, that type of thing. So we build these defenses up, these walls up around us to keep people out and things like that. But the time telling you to challenge that now, because it's shining your light on your wall on the person. So it's time to challenge or keep challenging, especially if the person's you, about these defenses that you put up, these walls you put around yourself. Or is somebody trying to help you and break them down? It could be both. Could be both. Someone's trying to get through. And also, but if that person who's trying to get through to you, you feel as if he's triggering you too much, then yes, I suppose you have every right to keep your defenses up, depending what's going on for you. But it's important that you recognize that what you're doing and what these defenses are doing, all right, and how you're triggering. Because ultimately, it looks like the person's walking on the wall, on the top of the wall. So to me, it feels like for some of you, it's a balancing act. All right. So that's very important. So this is for Libra. Keep that balance, keep that shining wall. Think about your defense mechanism and who you're safe to let in and who not. If you're in that type of situation. Or how to let them down because there's somebody really good trying to get into your life, or there's a good opportunity to try to get into your life. So open your eyes and see and feel, okay, what's right for you. So that's for Libra. All right. For Scorpio, I just got different meditation poses. So, the different, looks like there was a yoga pose and just like a generally relaxation pose and things like that. So that very much shouting for me for Scorpio. It's time to relax, time to relax. Bring in a different focus and perspective because meditation and relaxation can help you bring that focus, and it also can help you release whatever binds you. Okay. Time out for yourself is a must, even if it's just, I just always say to people, even if it's just 10 minutes locked in the loo, time out for yourself. Create that time out for yourself. Join a group of like-minded people. You generally get the drift of what I'm trying to say to you here, Scorpio. Grab some time out for yourself, all right? And it'll help your processing as well, okay? Especially if there's a lot going on around you. Prioritize, all right? So that's for Scorpio. Sagittarius. Now, I have to admit, I had to look twice at this one because I was sat there thinking, huh? So doing this pause thinking, but I actually got Scooby-Doo sat in front of a house, and I'm sat there thinking, well, that's a cartoon character. Scooby-Doo. Most people, I hope, will know who Scooby-Doo is. I don't even know whether they're still doing it nowadays, but most people of a certain age will know exactly what I mean by Scooby-Doo. And a cartoon dog, basically. So to me, this felt one of two or three things, really. So this for Sagittarius is one, either take life more seriously, especially around relationships and family. And the reason why I say that is because usually when you get a symbolic image of a house, and it can also mean about your family life, relationships, that type of thing. All right. It could mean structurally, it could mean a house as well. Then you need to take that, what you're doing to the house, seriously, but you could take it that way if you want. 2, lighten up. So this is your second option. One, Scooby-Doo could be trying to say to you, lighten up and have more fun and laughter around you. All right. So there's 2 flip sides of that coin, or Scooby-Doo's, should I say. So, or you need a balance of both of them. That's your third option. You need a balance of both of them. Get that life flow balance, all right, between being serious and having some fun. All right. I thought that was a very unusual one for Sagittarius. I've never had Scooby-Doo before. To look out for him again. so that was quite funny for Sagittarius. All right. For Capricorn, I got 2 birds on a branch, but one was hanging upside down. But they were talking to each other. They were talking to each other. You could see they were communicating. So there were communication issues about to me, because one was sat here and one was sat up, there's different perspectives going on, different viewpoints going on, but they are communicating. So it does look like they're actually listening to each other. So this could be any type of relationship or viewpoint, or you're sitting there screaming at the television screen, and there's a lot going on at the minute, isn't there? So I tend to not watch live TV. I ain't got a license. I don't watch live TV. So, but it's okay to agree to disagree. All right. Be respectful. And also, you know, for some of the viewpoints that that come into you, prepare to shift your viewpoint. Okay. I felt that was quite important to say. All right. But it's okay to disagree. It's okay to have different viewpoints. Just respect each other. So that's Capricorn. All right. Aquarius, I got just a big face of a blue lion. I thought, oh, that looks nice. So to me, it felt time to tap into your inner strength. Lions are all about inner strength and can speak in your truth and things like that, especially because it's a blue lion. Okay. So it's and there's also be more confident with yourself. And you've got an animal spirit here. He's just trying to help guide you. Okay. So it's a very short and sweet message for you, Aquarius, but it's a very important one. All right. So the blue lion. Okay. Communication, strength, inner strength. All right. Speak your truth. All right. But in a nice way. We don't need to shout it. All right. So that's Aquarius. Pisces. Again, I got a blue. So we've had quite a lot of, as I said earlier, we've got quite a lot of blue flashes coming up, and I kept moving it to make sure I wasn't catching the light on something. But no, she was definitely giving me blue different things. But this one, she gave me a blue fox, and then right next to it, a red car. So you got differing colours going on here. All right. To me, whenever I dream about car, I mean, obviously everybody's different. To me, it's about control. All right. So if I'm driving the car, I'm in control. If I'm a passenger, I've given the control to somebody else. If I'm stood outside the car, I've got no control over anything. So that's how basically I interpret my dreams when it comes to a car. I mean, it could be that you're about to buy a red car and you're just in a blue car. It could be as simple as that. All right. It's for Pisces, but a fox, usually when you get a fox in there, it's learn to listen, to use your gut instinct, to think on your feet. All right. Because foxes are wily creatures, and you know they're very good at thinking on the feet and moving along. So this is important, especially around control issues. Okay. So use your heart center also to help you, and balance is needed. Okay. So you've got the blue and the red, and the balance is needed. Okay. Where's the meeting point? All right. So that's for Pisces. Now, obviously, that's all my zodiac sign. This is for July 2024. There's obviously like a lot of blue energy there. And that to me is about communication is important on many different levels for many different people. And that could include internet problems as well, communication problems. But it's also about speaking the truth and your throat chakra energy, okay, which again is about speaking the truth. There's lots of development around the throat chakra at the minute because as a society over many years we've been, if you don't know it already, been suppressed. And each chakra has so many chambers. And I find sometimes when I'm doing a meditation, I literally hear my throat chakra go pop, pop. Oh, the other day I was having a dream and it just screamed. It just screamed this, and it just come right from here. There's a lot of action around the throat chakra at the minute for everybody, and communication problems with like the internet. We've had quite a few of them when I have this end anyway. So I get the impression it's been quite a bit all over the place. So that's the crystal ball readings for July 2024, and I hope you enjoyed them. I hope they make sense. You can always look back at the old videos as well, just to see if I've been right and you're looking back in hindsight. That's a good point. And I'm happy for you to share these videos as well. All right. So take care, and I'll see you next month. Bye.